Greetings and thank you for joining. Welcome to Bloom from Within Love. I go by Bloomy. And I have a very, very unique reading for you all tonight. So, the title is How Are You Feeling? You're asking when. When? Time. About something. Okay, so this is a very general read, and so my intentions are not particularly themed in terms of, is this going to be a love reading, is this going to be a healing, health, what kind of a reading. And so this is general. The way the messages are going to be set up is you take it as it resonates and as it may apply to a certain area. So this is going to be a time span gauge. Okay, that's what this is going to be. There's something that some of you all are wanting to know. Okay, about something, about a love interest, about a friend, about a job, about something. You're wanting some kind of gauge, understanding that it's very challenging to have a finality on something like this, utilizing energy or tarot, for the simple reason of free will, and each observation and choice we make shifts energies constantly. Okay, that's something that I just personally feel like a lot of people aren't aware of. Can it indeed go as unfolded in a reading? It can. It absolutely can. That's usually depending on how you're reacting and responding to the reading, as well as what you adjust and do with that information. Can things. That's really the law of nature, quite honestly. I mean, law of science. If you were to speak with scientists and people who study, quantum physics, things like that, they would tell you that by observation, something shifts just by simple observation. So oftentimes, that could play a role in outcomes as well. Okay. But likelihood, could be very high, very, very, very high, especially if a person is open and receptive to their higher self, source, however you look at that, and making any shifts accordingly, and having a very open mind in terms of the exact layout, if you will, of how things really come into play. Because sometimes we have a version of things in our head, and if it doesn't look exactly that way, then to us, like, oh, well, then it didn't. Well, be open. Okay. And so, with that being said, I have some the calendar month cards. I have the seasons like winter, spring, summer, fall. I have the days of the month, as well as messages correlating with what it. Then I have a deck that's geared towards how you're feeling about you or about a situation or circumstance based on the theme. Okay. Then I have some just a note cards to remind you of something, just a note, or depending on what comes out, as well as some possible message from either a friend, a family member, particular boss, or a love interest. And it could be a past love interest as well, but I just don't want to create that in your mind like as a prerequisite or set, because it's very broad. Okay. And then of course at the end we're going to do the crystal and archangel affirmation, because that's going to seal it in terms of assisting you however you need to be assisted with processing what was laid out in the particular reading. Okay, so if you can, just take a nice deep breath, get comfy and cozy and without distraction, if you can, if that's doable, and get some nice water. Okay, I want to share this. I've been drinking this. I've drunk a lot of water today, which is it's really good in general, but this particular water, you can, where did I get this at? But it was not that expensive. And so this is hydrogen infused water, H factor, okay, clinically proven to increase athletic performance, reduce inflammation from exercise, deliver antioxidants, pure water, pure hydrogen, okay? So, and it's really good. Actually, you know, I always like to taste stuff and find out. In the back, it says ingredients: purified water, molecular hydrogen. Okay, excellent. Ah, yeah, that's the stuff. Woo. Okay, I want to stay hydrated, especially now. All right, so let's start with you. How are you feeling? So we're going to start with you, okay? Let's get a gauge of what you're thinking, what you're feeling, overall, and then we'll start going into calendar and notes and all that other stuff, okay? Whew, I gotta do this kind of uniquely, so you guys bear with me. Thank you, divine source, guides, archangels, goddesses, ascended masters, galactic beings. I ask that you all just step in and assist with the environments that we're in and surrounding us with just the loving light energy in the reading and in our environments, and ground us, assist with grounding us through the root chakra to the feet chakra and the earth chakras. Ground the pure loving energy from top down, and then synchronize it to be balanced in our heart center. May this reading be heart center based. May it be elegant, excellent, and true. May it resonate. May it assist in the most simplistic and clear yet dynamic way for all that are involved in the collective. Bloom from within love. And whatever doesn't resonate, may it just simply be released back to source and Gaia for transmutation in peace and stillness and acceptance. Give us the clear insight and interpretation and just openness to whatever's on our minds right now. Whatever that issue is, whatever the question is, the concern about a time span or a time frame of something, whatever that is, wanting to understand how we feel about ourselves, about certain issues, wanting to know what others are even thinking that are significant to us on our endeavors, just the reminders and things that's going to be needed to help us to, with most elegant, sophisticated grace and tenacity, to be able to process through no matter what. So it is, and so let it be. All right. Thank you. I'm gonna do it this way. I think it's gonna be a little easier. All right, so how are we feeling? How are you all feeling about yourself right now, about something, a situation? How are you feeling? What is on your mind about you, about that thing that you're thinking about as it relates to you? Okay, whatever that means. Please and thank you, source, guides. Please assist galactic friends here, even. Please assist for the collective. Bloom from within love. Those who resonate with bloom from within love. The collective. Those who visits bloom from within love. In this now moment, what's on their mind and how are they feeling? Okay. Almost, you guys. These are a little big. So, ooh, hold on. Let's try this. They big for even my hands. I'm kind of tall for a woman. Oh, hell. Nope. Well, do I take that one? I don't know. I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna flip it. I don't want to just take it. I have a thing right now. I know that you don't have to do it this way, but sometimes I prefer to do it this way because then I'm getting the feel of the energy and sensing that whether it pops out or jumps, you know, versus just picking. But I mean, you can equally do that. You know, I want to just say that it's equally valid. I follow a lot of that do it that way as well, so it's equally valid. So that you're not spending all day shuffling, you know, like what the hell? Energy ain't moving. All right, thank you guys. Source, angels, goddesses, Isis, step in, help me out. Bridget, Kylie. These are goddesses that I'm mentioning if you guys are wondering. Athena, Kuan Yin. All right. I'll feel it another way. Give me a second, you guys. My eyes are closed here. I'm just trying to feel and tap in to guidance. So that way, this is a pure reading. Thank you. Where are they? How are they feeling, you guys? How are they feeling? The perfect card to represent the most of the collective here. What are they feeling about themselves right now in the situation? Oh, okay. Two came out together, so I'm just going to roll with that. All right. So, oh, wow. Now, this is going to be interesting. All right. So, let me just show you first the front, and then I'll get into everything, okay? First things that's popping out to me is the fact that with each card you have two women. Okay, that's what I see first, 2 and 2. Let me read the top for you because I'm sure you guys probably can't see what it says up top. Okay, so let's see. Then we'll get into the messages that are behind it as well, okay? So the first card says here that the average woman would rather have beauty than brains because the average man can see better than he can think. Author unknown. I do want to say that it's really more so about feminine, masculine energy, but it can be about, you know, a woman feeling this way. All right. So for some of you, that's going to be coming on here at some point. All right. Some of you are really trying to just reinvent yourself. You know, you're trying to do makeovers, you're getting healthy, you're getting fit. But, you know, it's a part of you that kind of just agrees with what this unknown author said, that you're doing it because, you know, you or maybe you're single, maybe you are either in a relationship and you're feeling like your partner is not appreciative or doesn't see your beauty, you know, and your brains, you know, as an equal value, and you're realizing that they're more, you know, focused on the outer. And it's a challenge for some of you. And for some of you, you're just simply embracing all phases of your life. You're embracing the reality that a lot of men are more visual and they don't really, they're not that balanced. And so, but you're embracing it and you're okay with it because, you know, you just want to embrace who you are regardless. However, when I read the back, that's going to really tell me what most of you are feeling. And that's just what I said. Look, I just said it. I didn't even look at the back yet, but that's what it says. So this says here Though I know most are programmed, I accept myself 100%. So most of you have come into a place where you know the program of the matrix. You understand the way the society works, the masses, and you've been doing your own inner work regarding that. So you have come to that place of 100% acceptance with your flaws and all. Not to say that you don't feel like you have any or that you can stand to grow anymore. It's just that you've accepted that, you know, most people are still locked in their primitive nature. And most folks have not dealt with any energetic or chakra work. They're not aware, they're not ascending, they're not doing any of that. And if that's the case, they're operating primarily in their lower chakras. And if that's the case, yeah, then this statement is true. They'd much rather, you know, just focus on the beauty because the average man seem to, you know, see better than he can actually think with soundness versus just with his penis or sexual parts, or you know what I mean? I don't mean to be, I'm not being negative here. I'm actually just observing and acknowledging scientific fact. And for those that are still operating just on their base primitive nature. And so most of you have come to that acceptance. If you haven't yet, you are on the verge. That's why I said that earlier. So it's amazing. I said it and I hadn't even looked at the back quite yet. Okay. The second card here says, this is good. Every girl should use what Mother Nature gives her before Father Time takes it away. Lawrence J. Peter is the one who came up with that quote, okay? That's what this card is saying right here. Up top, the writing that you probably can't see. So it's almost going with the other card, oddly enough. And I had them all separated really good before I even came on and started like trying to shuffle them, because I wanted them to be, I didn't want it to be where they're just preset in a certain way. And so some of you feel victim. Now there's a couple messages I'm gonna go with on that even before I look at the back, okay? Some of you feel victim of this very statement in a sense that, so what does that mean? So when you start aging in life, so what, you're not no good for nothing no more? Or, you know, what's the overemphasis on your beauty, your physical beauty, when there's so much more to you and that's so much more value? Because in essence, if everything is focused on that external, the madness never stops. There's always going to be someone hotter, someone prettier, someone younger, someone this, someone that. Not to mention, people have varying degrees of taste. Some like them tall, some like them short, some like them curvy, some like them thin, some like boobs, some like ass, some like dark, some like light, some like blonde, some like brunette, some like red, you know. And if we're so focused and constantly trying to appease individuals, the madness will never end. Okay, so that's for some of. Then there are some of you who are just simply embracing your sensuality, your sexuality, your seductiveness, your femininity, and you're using it in a good way. You're just embracing it, and you're okay with yours, and you're okay with others. Like, some of you are just coming into that place of like, okay, you know, I'm not anti-beauty, I'm not anti-youth, I'm not anti, you know, physical attraction. However, I'm just coming into my own, my uniqueness, my unique beauty, whatever age I'm at. Forget what Lawrence was saying here. If I'm 50 or if I'm 25, like, no matter what the age is, I'm embracing my sensuality, my seductiveness, my sexuality, my curvaceousness, my whatever that is. And whoever don't like it can kiss my beautiful ass. Okay. And go on to the next. You know, it's like, you know, that's where some of you are as well. Now let's see what the back message say though. Ah, look at here. This is okay. It says, so some of you are, it's a bittersweet, let me say that for some of you, because in the back here it says, the key here is not to compare. I feel like, and this is what it says here, some of you feel like this. I feel like the world operates this way. What a bummer. So it's like I said, it's a bittersweet because you're accepting that the key is not to compare your yellow with her black outfit, you know what I mean? Or the way her curves fall on her body versus yours. I understand that media and often past relationships and people we've encountered have played a role in creating the insecurity. Okay. However, once we start releasing that, understanding that beauty is really the eye of the beholder and perception is your reality, and, embracing your beauty fully and doing whatever that means to get there, because it is a process. I mean, we have all these programs we come with, we have all this conditioning, we have all these traumas, we have mass media. I mean, so, there's a lot to all of that. But the key, though, because it can be maddening, of course, people end up depressed and sullen and broke and, trying to, what I'm saying, go on the endless rat race and roller coaster ride of trying to be the next most beautiful woman on the earth. You know what I'm saying? Or man or whatever. You know what I mean? When in essence, it's like there's nothing wrong with reinvention. There's nothing wrong with beautifying. People who know me well enough know that I totally support being healthy, taking care of yourself, feeling good, looking good. You don't make the kind of videos that I make and not support something like that. I just know that I'm more than that. I understand that it goes deeper than that. I understand that people are drawn to me really because of what's inside of me and they don't know it. I understand that it's deeper than that because we are unique. There is something about me that no other holds. That is a fact. That is reality. And when we start embracing that, we realize that, okay, yeah, I may not, on the surface look like Kim Kardashian, you know what I'm saying, or whoever, you find to be the most beautiful woman on the earth, in the physical sense. I have my own beauty and essence that no one could ever take from me and that no one could really copycat, no matter how much they try. And the reason why that is because I am uniquely me, just like you are uniquely you. That's the way of the world. That's the law of the universe and creation. Everything has a unique signature. Even if things are similar, you got to have a unique signature. The key is finding out what those are too, but that's for another day. So that's where some of you are right now currently, how you're feeling about yourself and about a situation. So there are some situations that are going on in your life that is causing you all to reflect a lot. And it seems like there's a theme. It seems like physical appearance. It seems like beauty. It seems like it's something to do with how that is affecting maybe your career. Maybe some of you all are feeling like, oh, because I don't look like Malibu Barbie, nobody wants to take me seriously, or nobody wants to give me the opportunities in this industry because they want a classic, atypical, American version of beauty in 2020. So some of you are looking at it in that respect. How is it affecting you, but yet trying to remain coming into your own? Some of you are dealing with this in terms of, you're single, you're out there dating, and you realize like, oh my gosh, what the hell? You know what I mean? Some of you are dealing with that currently. Some of you are in relationships and you're just really tired of your person having a wandering eye, or them not so much that they just have a wandering eye, but it's that they do not see and value your elegance, your sophistication, your beauty, they don't see and value it. And if they do, they are terrible at making sure to show you that and to make you feel that way or communicate that, because they're spending most of their time constantly gawking at something else and constantly commenting about something else, right? So some of you, there's so many storylines. So that's why I'm just throwing it all out there, because some of you are cool with it all. Like, whatever, I'm transcendent. I'm all to the good. I'm all the other stuff. I'm cool with me. Everybody else who ain't can go on to the next. You know what I'm saying? So some of you all are in that vein, and I can relate to that. Boy, let me tell you something. It's a nice feeling when you get there. But I've equally been in the other place. I've been there too. It blows. But let's see what happens. Let's see what kind of information comes out now. Some of y'all wants to know some things like, when are you going to be chosen? Or when is somebody going to, give you that opportunity? Will you get that opportunity? What are they thinking? So some of you just wanting to inquire a little bit more about what's going on as it relates to whatever area is being affected, okay, in this way. All right, hope that makes sense. A lot of words, hope that makes sense. Okay, so now I'm not going to the calendar of the month or days yet. I want to go into what the person, job, boss, family member, friend, love interest, ex, whoever is thinking. Okay, what are they thinking? Regarding you, regarding the application, the dynamic, the connection, past or present, whatever the case may be, friend, family, whatever's on your mind, whomever, however this connects for you. Let's see, what are they thinking? Please and thank you. So what are they thinking? The person or persons or entities that is connected to this reading regarding the person viewing, what are they thinking? What are they thinking? Even if they haven't communicated it, even if it's in the subconscious and it's just in the energy fields and perhaps haven't unfolded, what are they really thinking? Beyond the appearance, beyond what it looks like, what are they really and truly feeling and or thinking? Please, and what are they thinking? What are they thinking? What are they thinking? I'm gonna get another one. I'm curious because I wonder how this plays out for you guys. They're thinking, no matter how I'm acting, truth is, I miss you. Do you miss me? That's what it said. Now, if this is regarding a job, a partnership, something along the lines of more in a professional arena, then what this is saying is that currently they may be acting like they don't need the help or the support, or they may have an appearance of, that they don't see your value, or that they're not going to reach out, or that they're reviewing their options or something to that effect. But the truth is the missing you is they're missing someone like you. They're missing someone like you, and they are coming into awareness of that. They know they need those qualities. They're wondering secretly if you value their company, their offer, what they stand for, because they do care about what their business is. And though they recognize the quality and they're acting a certain way, they want to make sure, in a way, they want to know if you value them that much, because some of them don't want to make a decision that may be flighty. And that's the business aspect, okay? Now, in terms of friends and family and romance, this is clear cut. It it could be someone from the past, it can be someone current, but maybe obviously there's been some kind of time span here, and maybe they're having an appearance of like they're not acting like they miss you. They're not acting like that at all. They're acting like the total opposite. And so on a deeper level, because we did ask for beneath the surface, on a deeper level, they actually do. And they're actually wondering if you miss them. They ain't saying it. Another card. Because I want a little more on that before we move to the next. Okay. Is there anything else? Okay, so they're acting like something different, but they miss the person. So is there anything else to be shared in terms of this connection and or issue, concern, entity, whatever it's regarding and whomever? Is there anything else? Is there anything else? Is there anything else? Please and thank you. Is there anything else that should be revealed, that would be helpful and beneficial for all involved to help through the energies? Is there anything else? Please and thank you. Oh, that's too many. I can't take those. I'll take the one that fell on the table. Since it fell by that one, I'll take that one. Put that one back. All right, what is this one here? All right, so this one says the answer is maybe. So some of you, again, are asking, are you going to be either offered the position or job or opportunity? And then that's in the more professional arena. And then for a more personal, friends, family, lovers, whatever your question is, where there is a direct question that you have in your heart and your mind at this time, whether it be, are they going to apologize? Are they going to show that they miss you instead of just act like they miss you? Are they, going to change, or are they going to ever see, whatever your question is, but specifically related to the first card. So they may or may not actually ever show you. It's maybe, and it may depend on something. So let's see. Let's get another message. All right. Could we get some clarifiers here to maybe bring some more insight? Please and thank you. Some clarifiers in this acting one way, but it's another in this maybe stuff. Can we get some clarifiers? Please and thank you. Ooh, that one's full. Shucks. These are jumping. It's all about setting intention. That's how this kind of goes. Charge them. Pray over them. Set intentions. That's what happens. Oh, shit. Okay. I'm going to take these two. Oh, and that's interesting. They're both the same type of card. Okay. So what we have here, let me see if you guys can see it. Both of them say brilliant. Gold stars here, brilliant. But let's see what the message is on the back. Brilliant. Okay, so, well, the message here is on the first card. It says, remember your gut instincts. Your body tells you things. So for some of you, you're getting a feel, a gut, and a sense of things, but it's not coming in the way that you traditionally try to tap into your instincts, that you're not used to paying attention in this manner. So for some of you, it's saying here that your body is actually giving you some clues in terms of every time you maybe think of the person or the situation or the issue at hand, there is sensations that are sometimes very subtle in your body, whether maybe you get tension in a certain place, or maybe there's a sense of peace. Maybe you start feeling fearful. Maybe you get angry, and I'm just throwing it out there, but you'll start feeling it in your body in different places. And so maybe do some meditation or just take some time to just sit still in stillness with the intention as you think of that situation, job, person, whatever the matter is, take some deep breaths, connect to the heart, and set the intention to connect to your body. And they call it mindfulness, mindful meditation, body meditation, where you follow the sensations, and that's going to tell you where things are being held. But not only that, is when you are focused on what that issue is, it's also going to tell you as a signal of what you're thinking about and what your gut instinct is kind of trying to communicate to you about that matter. Okay. Then the other card says here, oh, see, okay, some can't handle your brilliance. Don't take it personal. So for some of you, the answer may end up very well being no, even though it says maybe, in terms of the job, the career, the opportunity, the application, that, some can't handle it. So they may be evaluating it and why they're not communicating certain things. And in essence, they may feel a little bit more threatened depending on, because sometimes that is the case. So they may feel a little bit threatened or intimidated in terms of you and your brilliance. And you may say, what the hell? Like how? Well, it's all energy. And, some people, they pick up on that even if they don't know that that's what they're doing. And they'll make a call, a judgment, and a decision based on, instead of it being based in the high heart and on the probability of how something can be beneficial, they'll base it on, are they going to outshine me? Are they going to be a threat? Are they going to take my information and try to run with it and be their own whatever without me? So many things. So some can't handle it. If it's personal, likewise. I mean, it's very simple. Some simply can't handle your brilliance. And that sounds it sounds so arrogant, but that's not arrogance. It's a reality. You may be saying to yourself, well, but I'm trying to be a benefit to people. In the personal sense, you may be saying, I'm trying to bring that brilliance to them. I'm not trying to compete against them. I'm not trying to take nothing away from them. I'm not trying to you, you're going, oh, but my brilliance is a blessing for them. My brilliance is a benefit for them. Why the hell is it a problem? Well, my loves, this is where understanding and knowledge about energy frequencies comes into play. A lot of things are on the subconscious level. Most people don't even realize that 90% of our behavior is governed by our subconscious. Whatever's there. Okay? If we're not paying attention to that, if we're not, transcending, self-aware, self-reflecting, we're running off programs, we don't even know. If you're not taking out that time, so you're making decisions and actions based on some triggers and based on something that's running on a program in that subconscious. And so the egoic nature, when it perceives a threat, it operates just like the primitive nature, just like the animal kingdom, even an appearance of a sophistication and intelligence, but decisions If somebody's insecure, or they're not dealing with their wounded inner child and they're just growing up and living life, and here you come with your whole holistic healing self. You know what I mean? And it's like they don't get that. It triggers something, and though they may like you, they may even love you. They may even, what's sad is that you probably see the higher version of them too. And they don't see it. And they don't see how they're equal to you. They don't see it. They, in their subconscious, they see it as, oh, I'm not equal to them. And because I feel that way, I'm triggered. So I'm gonna self-sabotage. I'm gonna self-sabotage. I'm gonna act out in ways. I'm going to do certain decisions. And they're not consciously saying this. Again, this is running on a program. This is the subconscious. This is the inner child. And so that's why this card is saying, well, my love, some can't handle your brilliance. Don't take it personal. And I can totally relate. It feels very personal for a long time. And we can even allow, in our woundedness and bruisedness, as we're trying to heal and ascend and transcend, self-sacrifice in hopes that they won't feel like your brilliance is a burden. Yeah. Yep. Well, okay. That's all right though. That's a maybe. That means it can change. It can change. And so we're going to ask for some guidance on that, because it can. We can pray. We can send them love and light and healing. We can detach from any expected outcomes. And we could, set our intention just to simply align and attract what's going to be best for us. And that means being willing to let go of whatever it needs to be let go of. Because we can't control others. We can only attempt to align ourselves, right? All right, moving on. Now, let's find out, what season are you going to get some answers, some clarity concerning this reading, concerning the matter at hand, concerning what you're thinking about, where you're going to either find those answers, whether it be someone contacts you, whether it be by your own innate divine intuition kicking in and bringing universal confirmations to you, however that resonates. But let's see what's